what to put here. Let's see, school's out for the summer. I got it! Hey guys, it's Danny Bell. How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on a build for the channel today on our Kidcore island of Everbelle. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and to all of my dear subscribers, welcome back. We've been finishing up our Kidcore island of Everbelle, and it's a 90s style Kidcore island with a twist of Lisa Frank. And yeah, kind of trying to think of what we can do with this space. I thought it would be fun if we started decorating a school to put in this area. So if you're looking for some inspo on how you can build a school on your island, whether you're doing a Kidcore style island or you're thinking of doing some sort of school for a Citycore island, I think this build is going to bring you a lot of inspo. So let's speed things up and get going because yes, I think this is going to be a ton of fun. So first things first, let's put some road code down. This has been a really super cute, colorful road code that we've been using on this entire island. I love this code, and by the way, I'll be sure to put in the description of this video all of the codes for these types of custom designs that we're going to be using in today's build. I really love this design for this road because it's a simple black road, but it has this really amazing multicolor background on the border. So if you're looking for something that's going to be multi-purpose, I really think you're going to love this code for your Kidcore island. All right, for the second tier of our school, we're going to be incorporating this in-game path. I really like this idea because if you're doing a Kidcore island on yours, I like the idea of being able to do overlays, and that's one of the benefits of using some of the in-game paths. This is going to work out perfectly. I really love the idea of using chalk drawings and different cute little designs, especially if you're doing a Kidcore island. I just think there's so many amazing options out there that you can use as overlays on top of the in-game pathing. Okay, let's start placing some items. I love this wide display stand. This has been such a clutch item on this Kidcore island. If you alternate this item forwards and backwards, I really think this creates a nice differentiation for this style of build. You can use this window design for the back panel for the custom design on here, and I really like the look. It gives a nice look for a building, and then using some simple panels in the front I think really makes a nice kind of building style look for the school itself. We're going to do this for the second layer as well, and then create some more simple panels here on the front with a door. Now I'm using a really bright purple color. I love this pattern, y'all. I found this on the portal and I just think it looks perfect for a Kidcore style school. Now of course, if you're doing a Citycore style island and it's less Kidcore, you could opt for something that's a little more muted tone, especially if you're doing a fall style island. You could do something a little more in line and muted colors that go with your fall style island, but I just really wanted to go bright and bold for summer and Kidcore. Yes, love it. It's definitely looking like Lisa Frank. If you guys are familiar and you grew up in the 90s and you were a 90s kid like me, like Lisa Frank was like for sure one of the go-to things for school supplies. Everything was hot colors and bright pink and neon. Lots of super cute animals. I mean, the unicorn pencil box was for sure my favorite item, I think, of all time. All right, looking pretty good. I love these display stands as well because you can place a lot of different items inside of them, and once I kind of collect more items to put out, I'll probably fill in for the finished product on the island all of these side windows as well, because never underestimate details for your finished island. I know to save time for the build, I'm going to leave them empty, but when you're doing your finishing touches, it is nice to kind of place items in these other windows on the side too. Love it, love it. Okay, we're going to use some of these decorative pillars as well, just to kind of add in for the corners to kind of make it look a little bit more regal. It's looking better already. I love it. And we're going to be using also in the front some of these wood partitions in the blue. I really like how they look, and I think they really set off the staircase. Using the staircase in the front, I think, makes a really convincing front door. Okay, now for the third tier, I love being able to use this Mario flag. I think it's the perfect touch for a school. And then we're going to go ahead and add this really nice finishing touch here with this gazebo in the blue. I think it makes the school look a little extra fancy, and I really think it's going to look super cute from a distance. Yes, love this. It looks super regal, right? I love it. I think it's super cute. So far, it's coming together nicely. We want to add a little bit of extra on the side over here, and we're going to be getting rid of the water in the back over here. This is actually left over from the previous island. If you're not familiar, this island Everbelle was actually a forest core island back in the day, so we kind of tore everything down before we started this Kidcore journey, and yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of the water. So you'll see how that turns out at the very end, but we're gonna turn that area into sort of like a playground section and sporting area on this area for the school. For now, we're gonna work on this area. This is gonna be a little outdoor cafeteria section. I wanted to create a little bike rack section here in the back next to the fence, and then we're gonna sort of create a sitting area kind of where the benches and kind of an area where the students can sort of sit and relax. Our villagers can hang out and have lunch, kind of just relax and have a little recess break, that sort of thing. So we're going to set out a little space for the bikes and the Vespas and then create the tables. All right, we're gonna go ahead and use the outdoor benches. I really like this item for this particular use because you can customize them. Now, I've used this really cute, colorful wooden board. We've used this all throughout the island of Everbelle. I love this pattern because it's not only useful to use on the ground, but as you can see, it looks super adorable on these outdoor benches. It makes a really fun, colorful bench for an outdoor cafeteria for your Kidcore school. And we're gonna do all the different color variations, which again, I think makes it really fun for a Kidcore island. And then just finding fun little creative items to use that we can put out for this space. So it's going to be sort of like a cafeteria / study area for all of the villagers and students to sort of hang out. I'm using little stuffies and gyroids and just like I said, some fun little items to kind of set out over here. And then in the front, we're going to kind of create a little transportation space. I want to give the illusion of like a busing area, kind of where all the students would come in at the beginning and end of the day. I found these super cute Pro Design standees, you guys, on the portal. So like I said, I will put all of these MA designs in the description of the video. So if you're looking for these to use for yourselves on your island, you'll have them readily available. But how cute is this really adorable bus? Oh my gosh, you can like take some really cute pics like on your island, so all your friends, you can come visit, take some fun pics. And then I also found an alternative pattern right here that's a pink bus that I thought would be cute to put on the other side. We're going to create sort of like a little parking lot area over here, like a faculty parking lot. So we're going to do a little bus over here on the opposite side as well. And then I kind of thought putting the fence on the other side would be a fun alternative just to kind of give it a more realistic look. And then we're going to kind of just create a little locker space there on the back. Love. Now, of course, with your school, feel free to be creative depending on what you have to work with. Don't be shy. Put some little scattered papers everywhere. I really love these pastel colored lockers, especially since this is a Kidcore island. I wanted to do lots of bright colors, so I opted to go with the pastel. But of course, there's lots of different color variations for all of these items, so don't be shy. Go to Harv's Island, recustomize them. So again, if you're doing something a little bit more mature, like a high school, and you're doing more of a traditional type of school or a boarding school, maybe you're doing a Harry Potter style island, which would be super cute for fall. You can do more of like an autumn tone style school, and there's lots of different great color variations. Love it. Looking stellar. Okay, a few more finishing touches. We're going to do like a little sciencey area, and just doing different little themes in the windows I think can be fun, just to sort of create a little peekaboo effect. So that way, if you're not looking to do a full build for interiors for your school, this is a fun way to sort of create the look of school without having to fully commit to decorating your player house. Now, I think eventually going to create an extra player house for this island and do a little bit of school interior builds, but again, you don't have to commit to a full interior build for something like this. If you just want to create the illusion of a school, you can do that just by doing a few window designs on your exterior building to sort of give the look of a school without having to actually commit to any interior builds. Okay, for the last few bits of this build for today, I wanted to create a small little playground area, and how cute are these little roller skates? I love this little pattern. I happened to come upon it on the portal. I had planned on doing a full-on roller skating rink on this island and didn't really have the space for it, so I thought it would be fun to incorporate here on this little playground. All right, it's pretty much finished here. We're gonna go ahead and jump to the next day because I've went ahead and done some finishing touches here on the back side of the school. So let's jump to the next day so you can see how everything came together. I went ahead and did some changes for the design on the back side where we had that big water space. So we have a full-on sports park now on the back of our school. So let's check out how everything came together, and I'll give you a little tour of how our school in Everbelle came together. I'm getting so excited, you guys. Believe it or not, Everbelle is nearly finished. We are probably 90% done. I just have a few more finishing touches and a couple more builds to share with you guys on this island before we wrap everything up and do the final tour of the island here as we get everything finished up here as summer gets going. Yes, love it. I love it. Okay, so we went ahead and added some scattered papers over here. We have our cute little fun playground for all of the younger kids here at this school. We added just a couple more little pieces of like scooters and bicycles, things like that, and then a couple of little flowers. I put some flowers in for color and then extended this little brick path over here for us. I went ahead and added this little baseball field over here. I love baseball. When I was younger, I played softball. Did you guys play any sports when you were kids? Let me know in the comments what your favorite sport or go-to activity was as a kid. I know there's so many fun, different childhood memories that I have. So let me know what your favorite thing to do was when you were growing up. I always love to hear from you guys. But I was really happy with how this came together, and I went ahead and put a couple of ladders here so that it's easily accessible to any friends that will come to visit the dream once this island is complete. I used a few cushions to kind of simulate the bases and used the in-game dirt path and sort of shaped and rounded the corners to create the spaces for the bases, and then left a couple of baseball bats and of course a catcher's mitt and then a cooler and a froggy chair over there for that, and then used a couple of the retro transportation stops on each side to create the look of the dugouts. I'm just really happy with how this little area came together, and I'm just really pleased. I think it makes a nice little fun view and overlook for the school area. So then on this side, I decided to create a volleyball court. I thought it would be fun, and there's a little fossil that spawned here. I had to get rid of that for y'all. Did a ball catcher and just kind of a fun little area where there's a ticket booth over here where you can grab some snacks and tickets, and then some gyroids, of course, hanging out and playing some volleyball in the sand. And then in the front part over here on the opposite side, I went ahead and created a little basketball court. So filled in a little space where there's a restroom area where you can get cotton candy and some snacks, and then of course a little space where the fans can sit, and a little medical area just in case there's any injuries, a little dropped ice cream cone because that always happens, right, in a sporting event. So just kind of created a little restroom area with the porta potties and the hand washing station, and yeah, just really happy with how this little space came together. And just goes to show that you don't need a whole ton of space to kind of incorporate some fun little builds on your Kidcore Island. I hope that this build today brought you guys some inspiration. I know I generally do island tours on Saturdays, so I hope that y'all enjoyed this build video. It was sort of impromptu given that we had a holiday weekend last weekend, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it brought you some inspiration to take back to use on your islands, whether you're doing a Kidcore Island like we are, or you're doing something that's just more of a Citycore Island. I do hope that this brought you some inspo that you can take back to use on your islands. I will put all of the custom design codes in the description of the video so that if you want to use some of these exact codes that I've used here on Everbelle today, you'll have them readily available. And we'll be doing some more island tours here coming up in the next few weeks. We'll be doing a couple more builds for Everbelle before I do the dream release, as well as the final tour on the island. I'm so excited, you guys. We just, like I said, have a couple more builds to finish up before we go ahead and do the dream release. I can't wait to share this island with you. It's been so much fun, and I truly, from the bottom of my little heart, cannot thank y'all enough for all of your kind comments, all of your support, and just all of the love that you've shown me. Our little community has grown so much in the last year, and it's just the outpouring of support and love and all of the amazing friendships that I've made along the way. I just wanted to say thank you so much. Alright guys, I think that's all for today. Like I said, I hope that you enjoyed this build, and I hope that it brought you some inspiration. If you enjoy this type of content, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It really does truly mean the world to me. Just as a reminder, you can find me on Instagram at Peppy Crossing Play. I always love to hear from you guys. Wishing y'all an amazing day, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.